The key to making a diamond commodity was to use computer science to price all of the different varieties of diamonds, the different carat weights, colors, and clarities. And through our exchange, we bid on every possible diamond and buy a statistical sample that is then distributed amongst the coins and bars so that every bar has the same amount of carat weight, color, and clarity. And transparently, we can prove that they're all equal. So you just trade the bar rather than worrying about the individual diamonds. We built a diamond exchange where anyone who owns this commodity can trade it on a spot market. And just like gold bars, that price establishes the global market price for this commodity, which is now approved for US futures and options, as well as for ETFs around the world. Most recently, this commodity was approved for Islamic finance. The bar is a major breakthrough because in addition to the diamonds that are all standardized, there's a wireless computer chip that stores all of the certificates, but it also enables the bar to be audited wirelessly when it's sitting in the vault anywhere in the world. That proves to who owns it, but also the chip issues a blockchain token, and whoever owns that token, they own the bar. It's that token that's traded on the spot market very, very efficiently, making this the most suitable asset for Islamic finance. Investors are looking for alternative assets because they allow you to diversify. And in the case of diamond commodities, this is a hard asset. Unlike a bond or an equity, hard assets cannot go bankrupt. So in general, a lot of investors are seeking more hard assets with the expectation that stocks and bonds could become much more volatile in the future. We were starting an ETF to hold diamond commodities to make them accessible to institutional investors when we learned about Islamic finance, where a hard asset is required to settle transactions such as a sukuk bond or any other type of lending. These investors were looking for a new hard asset that could be delivered and audited, and because diamonds are so small, the cost of custody is a fraction of that for other metals like nickel or copper or aluminum. And now, because of that, we're establishing our investment fund here in the Gulf region. So far, we've learned that Islamic finance is about $12 billion per day of turnovers for a total of 5 to 6 trillion of annual loans under Islamic finance using a process called commodity murabaha. Because of that, we're raising a total of $3 billion to provide those commodities for daily transactions where we think they can be used about 4 times a day to settle an Islamic loan. The investors in this Islamic fund are generally institutional investors and sovereign wealth funds, but we also expect a lot of interest from family offices who prefer to invest in Islamic compliant, Sharia compliant offerings. So globally, you have natural resource funds, but locally you have a lot of Islamic interest. Investor demand historically has always had a significant impact on natural resources whenever they've been available for the first time. The best example is gold or silver, which actually declined for 10 years. And then the ETF caused gold to go up 700% over 20 years. Most recently, the first uranium funds raised $7 billion over 36 months, and that caused uranium to go up almost 4 times in price. We expect that the Islamic demand and digital asset demand for diamonds could cause diamonds to appreciate similarly. There's about $1.2 trillion of diamonds above ground today, which makes diamonds more valuable than silver, platinum, palladium combined, but investors could never access diamonds. As a result, we expect up to 15% of all the world's diamonds to be acquired by investors over the next 5 to 10 years, because 15% is the amount of platinum that investors historically own. Metals like gold, investors own as much as 30%, so 15% is our target. Diamonds are very interesting for finance because they're very much like the Bitcoin of natural resources. The cost is extremely low because their value is so dense, and they're easy to authenticate because of the natural flaws in every diamond make them all unique. There's no other natural resource on Earth that provides the use case of being sealed with electronics that can be wirelessly audited and transacted using the blockchain. So diamonds are a very, very exciting natural resource. They're the only ones that can solve the Islamic finance and digital asset demand.